Straight from the best fishing locations in the world, featuring Wade Middleton, Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, presents The Fisherman's Handbook. The Fisherman's Handbook is a legendary series of how-to fishing trips designed to help you become a better angler. Each week, top pros will walk with you along the aisles of Cabela's retail stores and help you flip the pages of the Cabela's catalog to show you what you need and how to get you ready to go fishing. That's all ahead on today's Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook. Cabela's is widely known as the world's foremost outfitter of hunting, fishing, and outdoor gear. A fun place to visit with the kids, a place to get lost in for hours, and for an outdoorsman, a place to get excited about using different products out on the water or on a hunt.
Bait selection, rods, reels, gear, accessories, they all play a big part in the game. And when you look at Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter, they've got it all.
Cabela's was born somewhat inadvertently in 1961 when Dick Cabela came up with a plan to sell fishing flies that he had purchased at a furniture show in Chicago. After a failed attempt at the newspaper to sell 12 hand-tied flies for $1, Dick, undaunted, rewrote the ad to read, "Free introductory offer, 5 hand-tied flies, 25 cents postage plus handling," and placed it in national outdoor magazines. The request began rolling in, and along with the orders, Dick and his wife Mary also mailed out the first versions of what has now become a world-famous catalog. Cabela's produces nearly 100 different catalogs per year and is internationally known as a source of affordable, high-quality outdoor equipment and are shipped to all 50 states and 125 countries.
I remember as a kid growing up, I'd get that catalog and man, I'd flip to the duck decoys, and I'd flip to the fishing reels, and I'd flip to the baits, and I'd make this long list out, and I had probably like $12 to my name, and my list would be like 12,000. But I remember for years how awesome it was to see that catalog, come in, and the excitement, wearing that thing out and dreaming about everything in there and catching everything and taking everything on there. And I think there's a lot of people that share those dreams out there, and you see it when you go to the stores and you walk through all the displays and you see all the aisles full of gear and all the people buying the stuff, and man, they got a dream, and they're shopping at the world's foremost outfitter, and they're getting all the toys to be able to go out to wherever they're going. Maybe it's a camping trip, maybe it's drowning night crawlers trying to catch a bluegill, or maybe it's a bass tournament of a lifetime or a hunt of a lifetime. But it's still to this day, when I see that name Cabela's and I see those catalogs and I go to those stores, I get the goosebumps, I get the excitement, and to be able to spend so much time with so many different people in that organization, always out on the water, out in the deer camps. I mean, to me, it's like being a little kid that grew up, and all those lists that I made all that time, Santa Claus finally came through and brought it all to me. He thought he needed to come up and eat that way. I kind of really don't want to jump. I'm going to go away. Thank you. I kind of like that.
Quick release.
The Fisherman's Handbook is brought to you in part by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter of fishing, hunting, and outdoor gear. Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Yamaha Marine, reliability starts here. And by Garmin, we'll get you there. The Fisherman's Handbook will be right back.
Before you head out here, get ready at Cabela's, your source for the hottest new gear at tough-to-beat prices. Save big on everything you need when you shop by catalog, stores, and online at Cabelas.com. Our legendary selection is field-tested and field-proven. You can trust our gear. Cabela's, world's foremost outfitter.
Garmin says their new Echo fish finders are simply the best fish finders for the money.
I'll echo that.
Right. Garmin also says you'll be impressed with the Echo fish finder's excellent power, screen clarity, and free transom and trolling motor mounting kit.
I'll echo that.
A nice bass.
I'll echo that.
Oh. Why is it looking at me?
The Yamaha VMAX SHO. First, it changed the game.
Now it's set the standard, but don't take our word for it.
The whole shot was everything they said it was going to be.
And we accelerated from like 50 miles an hour to 70, and it was like that.
So fast, so quiet. I mean, you give it power, and it's just there.
That thing right there is just bad.
The whole shot on it, the second to none.
Oh, yeah, it's for real.
Take a demo ride and feel the power yourself. You'll know why we call it the Game Changer.
Making the most of your time. It's why Ranger developed the revolutionary Z Comanche series. With muscle car-inspired engineering and a long list of best-in-class features, these designs take all-out performance to the extreme. Surround yourself with the pace-setting freedom of the Ranger Z Comanche series. It's a hammer-down reminder of the power that comes from turning things loose. Discover Yamaha's V-Max power. When you want the best, choose Yamaha.
I think the reason these fish hit these baits so well is not just the action that the baits have, but the lighted eyes and the lighted tail. There's a good one. That's a big one.
Biologists have been saying it for years. Bass use their senses to find food. Livingston Lures is leading the way with lures that emit vibration and sound technology to incite a feeding frenzy.
About took the rod out of my hand.
Livingston Lures is the innovator of vibration and sound technology that mimics biology. LivingstonLures.com.
Welcome back to the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook with Wade Middleton. Follow the Fisherman's Handbook on Facebook, where you'll get the behind-the-scenes tips and tactics. And follow along with Wade and the crew as they post pics and updates from their fishing trips. You'll also have a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime fishing trip with Wade to the redfish capital of the world, Venice, Louisiana. Find us on Facebook and click the like button. Wade and Cabela's Tony Witte have launched their Yamaha-powered Ranger onto the waters of Lake Amistad for a day of fun fishing.
This is my 6th, almost 7th year at Cabela's in Sidney, Nebraska. Really, I work very closely with all the, the national factories, the national brands, assorting Cabela's fishing lure assortment for the stores and for the catalog and online. One of the more fun parts of my job is working with the development team on introducing and launching new bait programs. Hands-on and being able to help develop some of those baits is definitely one of the most rewarding parts of my job.
Oh! I got my underwear knocked down.
Sure hate to see you lose hits like that.
Oh man, I'm
breaks my heart.
Fishing can bring a lot of different people together in a lot of different manners, and that's the one thing that I've learned over the years is people like to hunt and fish. They've got a common ground, and you can quickly have fun. You can quickly start ragging on people, and you can quickly, form a bond. And it was no different on this trip here. We done nothing more than exchange a few emails and met and shook hands at the ramp, and off we were going fishing. But within an hour, it's like we'd known each other a long time, and that's what's so exciting about being able to go out with people who love the outdoors like Tony did.
There's a good one. There's a good one. Nice fish.
I mean, hit it right at the boat. Well, this one here is spawned out. Sores all over. Let you go back and grow up. What other bad habits do you have outside of looking at catalogs of fishing gear all the time?
Tell you what, pretty much everything outside. I'm an ing kid. Like fishing, hunting, skiing, biking.
That's good habits to have.
Yeah, no. Grab a rod, grab some baits, and get on the water. There's too many times people play it off as I don't have time, I don't have anybody to go with, I don't know where to go. Really, if you grab yourself a rod, stop in your local Cabela's or local store and get some baits and talk to the local knowledge there. People are willing to help you get on the water, It's a fun thing to do, it's a safe thing to do. I'd recommend it to anybody. And what a great way to keep kids out of trouble. Give them a rod and reel and tell them to go fishing.
Wade and Tony are covering a lot of water looking for bass and have switched to a hard bait to see if they can pick off a few. Let's take a closer look at what Tony's throwing. Fisherman's Handbook presents the end of the line.
Yeah, when we got onto you know, I guess the little crankbait bite that we did get onto. We found it with some lipless crankbaits, and I was throwing our Cabela's HDS Real Image Plus rattle bait, which we call a rip and shad. It's the loud knocking rattles in each one of those baits, and ours with the high definition on the finish. I mean, it was a true gizzard shad, which, again, since I'm not all that familiar with Amistad's bait source, wasn't sure whether that'd be the ticket, but we sure pulled a few fish out of the water with it, so I'll take it. Right here.
Nice little chunker.
First crankbait one for me this trip.
For more information of the HDS Real Image hardbaits offered exclusively at Cabela's, visit Cabelas.com or order your Cabela's catalog by calling 1-800-237-4444. When the Fisherman's Handbook returns, Wade gets a tip from a local angler and the bite ignites. Wade and the Fisherman's Handbook crew have always trusted Ranger boats to get them out on the water. For saltwater and freshwater, Ranger boats are the Fisherman Handbook's boat of choice. Ranger is celebrating 45 years of still building legends one at a time. Let's put your Ranger knowledge to the test. In 1973, Ranger boats began creating what to show the significant advantages in the internal makeup of their boats. For the answer to this question and to learn more about the last 45 years of Ranger boats, visit mydreamrig.com.
Available now. amphibiasports.com.
I tell you what, a good knife, that is just something that is so valuable to a person in the outdoors that you can't put a value on it. It's just something to know that you've got a sharp knife to be able to get the job at hand done. And not every knife is going to be able to be sharp, be able to get the job done, and be able to handle the tasks that are ahead of it. But I can promise you, the Bubba Blade, it's going to get the job done for you. You know, a lot of times you see things that are out there and you wonder if they're any good. But when you get a good fillet knife in your hand and you've got a pile of fish over it clean and it begins to go through every different cut quickly and easily and effortlessly, you know you're holding something that you're going to like and you're going to be able to use and enjoy. Whether you're cleaning redfish or speckled trout or tuna or whatever it may be, the Bubba Blade has proven itself in the field to be a product that I like, will use, and will have on my boat when it comes time to go fishing for a long time to come.
So check out our website to order your Bubba Blade today.
Available now. amphibiasports.com.
Welcome back to the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook with Wade Middleton. Brought to you in part by Livingston Lures, designed to call the fish to you. Hydrowave, ignite a feeding frenzy. Amphibious sunglasses, performance floating eye gear. And by Laser Trocar, surgically sharpened technology. Wade and Cabela's Tony Witte are on Lake Amistad for fun fishing.
This was definitely a larger body of water than what I'm used to fishing. Incredible fishery. Ton of fish. It took us a little while the first day to pick up a few, but you know, it's everything that Amistad is built up to be. I mean, it's an incredible fishery and incredible opportunity to catch big bass.
The conditions on Amistad have changed from what Wade is used to, but he's making some adjustments to pick up the action.
I hadn't been over here in a while. The lake had dropped about 12, 15 feet. You know, a lot of times when a lake drops, the fish really react in different ways. And Amistad's always had a lot of hydrilla in it. Well, because it had dropped a lot, that deep hydrilla that was, you know, 12 to 20 feet deep was now you know, 5 feet and shallower. And that's a very unusual situation on this lake in the past few years. And the fish had repositioned themselves accordingly. So the first 3 or 4 or 5 hours we were there, I was really struggling, moving a lot, bobbing and weaving, and obviously going the wrong direction. We'd catch a dink here and maybe get a bite there, but not a lot was happening. And in those types of situations, you got to trust your instincts, and you know, or phone a friend. And in this case, I phoned a friend. I called Ray Henselman, a local guy, and I said, "Hey Ray, I'm struggling, man. I can't catch them." And he gave me a tip that the fish were incredibly shallow. And if you think about a clear water lake in these types of conditions with the water falling, you wouldn't think they're going to be on the bank, but a lot of times they will be. That's keeping an open mind and running and going doing what your friend told you as well. Holy cow!
Wow. Beautiful.
Golly. Stay hooked up. I can tell you're golly. I like that one. Man.
Skinny water.
I'm telling you. That's fun right there. He crushed it. I like it. Go back and grow up. I mean, that was shallow.
The techniques today, this weekend, really, I heard somebody use the term fish slow fast. And really, it sounds wrong in every sense, but it's exactly what we had to do. Again, when we really got on the swim bait bite, you were chunking basically a swim bait out, a soft swim bait out as far as you could, and you know, really just slowly dragging that over. You know, we had some hydrilla beds out there, dragging over those hydrilla beds, and just bring the bait back as slow as you could and still get the action out of the swim bait.
There he is. Come here, buddy. Oh, I just kept reeling slow on him. Boom. He finally loaded up. That hydrilla that is just scattered through here, every time we can get around it, it seems like that's the hydrilla and a little drain going in the back of one of these pockets.
Wade's knowledge of this fishery is just endless. As we were riding around the boat, Wade would point out spots. I fished this spot, you know, when the water was 10 foot lower than it is today. And right now they're saying the water level's about 25 to 30 foot lower than full pool. So Wade was really running around, and you know, he had a lot of good ideas and a lot of good places picked out to go fish. And talked to me a lot about how I was, you know, holding the rod and a couple of, you know, speeds he was bringing the baits back at. And you know, he's really open to teaching me how to, you know, the tactics he was using to catch the fish down here in Amistad.
Same size. That's what you come to Amistad to do right here. You get 2 good ones like that. Got over here in a little muddy water. I'm gonna let mine go and I'm gonna catch me another one. Nice. Now, at different times of the year, you're gonna target grass in different manners. In this particular manner, we were mixing it up. We were throwing a lot of fast-moving baits, and it seemed like to me a lot of times the faster we could get a bait coming through that grass, the better reaction bite we had. We caught them on lipless crankbaits. We caught them on soft plastic swim baits. We caught them on hard swim baits. We caught them on square bills. We caught them on spinner baits. We caught them on anything that was moving in and around that grass that we could fish through that grass. And a lot of times as a fisherman, you've got to mix it up to find what bait will perform best in the exact situation that you're fishing at. For us, this particular time, it turned out to be, you know, smaller swim baits. Things like your Big Bites cane thumper. You know, it's a long 5-inch bait. It's got a little tail on there that wiggles, and you throw it out on, say, a weighted Trocar hook, and you reel it back in. It's pretty simple, and you wait for something to knock the ever-living fire out of it. I'm talking knock slack in your line, and then you cross his eyes, because you better hit him hard and turn him coming your way. The chances are he's going to be a pretty good one. Come here, buddy. Wow.
Guess I shouldn't have switched colors, huh?
Let them go back. Man, I tell you what. Whack! There it goes.
More bass fishing action when the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook returns.
If you want to activate the bass, you better have a hydro wave. You got 6 different bait fish sounds. You run it at any volume. You can see them actually come up to the speaker of the hydro wave. You can watch them come up off the bottom.
When you're fishing deep, the hardest one to catch is always the first one. With the hydro wave, you get them going faster.
Hydro wave, I won't fish without it.
Do fish hear? Yes, they do. Livingston Lures sound and vibration technology proves it. Our lures whip fish into a feeding frenzy.
I don't know what it is for sure, but I know it seems like you get some ferocious bites on these baits. There he is.
Livingston Lures stands as the innovator of vibration and sound technology that mimics biology.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Visit us at livingstonlures.com or call 1-800-678-7841.
The world has never seen a hook like this.
What I thought was good before is not so good now.
The first surgically sharpened fish hook.
This is the best ever.
In test after test, we have proven that anyone can set this new hook with half the effort of any other hook.
That's money.
Introducing the Trocar Hook, a weapon for fishermen who aren't just out to catch fish, but are out to win.
It's for those who get up early on weekends and those who'd rather rough it than take it easy. It's for those who know it's not just a sport, but a way of life. The new Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system keeps food fresh up to 5 times longer with a rugged design and 12-volt adapter cord for easy use in the field, ensuring your game and fish is fresh when you need it. The Food Saver Game Saver vacuum sealing system. Fielded fresh, sealed fresh.
Since 1996, Frog Togs outerwear have kept outdoorsmen warm and dry, even in the worst of conditions. Now, Frog Togs have expanded beyond hunting and fishing markets and revolutionized the industry with their patented fabric system. Frog Togs are extremely lightweight and portable. They pack easily in your car, boat, RV, and even on your motorcycle. Best of all, Frog Togs are 100% waterproof and windproof, and yet extremely breathable. Check us out online at frogtogs.com. Frog Togs, stop the rain.
Welcome back to the Cabela's Fisherman's Handbook with Wade Middleton. Wade and Cabela's Tony Witte are on Lake Amistad, hammering the skinny water with soft plastic swim bait and having a great time on the water.
Boy, it took
there
all day.
You go. Nice one. Nothing wrong with that one.
It felt good.
You had to look up there and go, man, I got one?
I went up and said, no way, I
that
just
was
hooked
funny.
a fish.
I like that. I like the look you had on that. That was awesome. Good deal.
They are healthy. We talked about that earlier.
Oh, that's a good one there.
Nice.
That's what we're talking about right there. Oh, son, get out of that trolling motor.
Got it.
Get on out of there. We'll drop that fire pole down. Wow. Look at that. He's got that bait deep down in there. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. I mean, come here, darling.
Location, location, location.
Oh, man.
Wade was great. I mean, super sharp angler. You know, I do some bass fishing back home, but I can't say it's unlike this, but Wade has just got such a broad and diverse background in the fishing tactics in this country that he really taught me a lot. Taught me a couple different techniques that he was using, because he's definitely working me over in the boat there, giving me a clinic on catching bass. But
another good one.
We're finding them.
Tell you what, now we're getting them something done. I tell you, that is fun. That is fun right there. Go back. Say bye-bye. Winding on Amistad is about as fun as you can get when they are biting. And this is winding a soft plastic swim bait at its finest. You take that slit, you just kind of pinch it up and run it in there. Keep it as straight as you can, and that's basically the rig right here. And we've used several different colors on this one here. Tony's got a weighted belly hook. I've actually got mine rigged where the weight slides through. We've caught them either way. But you just throw that out and wind it, and that little tail right there, it just kicks back and forth. And you wait till they take it away from you, and you got a fish. We're starting to get cut up now.
going to show you a lot of sympathy on that.
I like it. I always enjoy it when you can go back, you can show people all the battle scars and scratch marks. What have you been doing? Whacking them.
It's a lot better than just showing them a sunburn.
Have you ever been in the boat with a buddy and he's just whooping you nonstop? He's catching more fish than you are and he's starting to rub it in and you can't, no matter what you're doing, you can't figure it out. It happens so many times in fishing that it's almost laughable. But the guy who's a good fisherman adapts and overcomes. And this is a perfect situation. I already kind of knew how these fish were probably going to bite. I fish this style of bait a lot. Witte doesn't. He's not going up in Nebraska throwing, swim baits around up there catching largemouth bass in the hydrilla. It's not something he's used to doing. But I can tell you what he was doing. He was watching. He was watching my reel, watching how fast I was reeling. He was watching where I was holding that rod. He was watching how that bait was coming through the water. He was watching when I reeled into him when I got bit. And I promise you, by the second day he had changed his entire setup, his entire rig, and he started cracking them. And that's a guy who understands what fishing is about, and that's why it's so key in what he does. He understands those little subtle things out there when there's trends and bait changes, and that's what keeps Cabela's as one of the world's foremost outfitters, is guys like him that are in those positions that can look at these products and understand how to use them and get out and put them to the test, and can take that information not only in the field, but back to the stores and back to the catalogs to ensure the right products are in place when it comes time for the average guy to go out and buy his products and his gear. He knows he's getting the best that he needs.
I think I got the same one.
We caught several that size.
Yeah,
that's
we have.
A little better. That's a little better one there. Nah, the same as all the others.
Right there.
2 3/4 pounders.
Right in the head.
2 3/4.
I'll take them all day long.
All day long.
We caught a lot of fish today, just over and over and over. I mean, it really doesn't get any better than that. Yeah, you can come down to Amistad and say, I'm gonna hook into my 9, 10, 11 pounder. In all reality, it's a pretty tough order to fill. And for what we were doing today, I mean, we caught dozens of fish in that 2 pound range. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're pulling in fish like that, you're having a good day on the water.
So when you get to a body of water you know a lot, be willing to throw the history and the past away, be willing to keep an open mind, phone a friend if you need to, and hit some of that new water, change your baits up, and what you may find is an entirely new pattern and an entirely new way to catch them. And chances are, if you kept that open mind and left that spot that's not working and found one that is, you're gonna have a trip to remember.
Wade and Tony had a great day on the water, figuring out the fish and making new friends. Thanks for watching. Remember to follow the Fisherman's Handbook on Facebook, where you'll find the behind-the-scenes tips and tactics. You'll also have a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime fishing trip with Wade to the redfish capital of the world, Venice, Louisiana. So find us on Facebook and click the like button.
What are they doing wrong? Well, Wade, you're probably just reaching too fast. Throw it out there and let it set. Probably what he'd say.